Hey guys, welcome back to the offensive line. My name is Josh.
And I'm Hanson.
And welcome to season 3, where our focus is on great teachers ask great questions.
Yes, great teachers ask great questions. We've been going through the defense in seasons 1 and 2, and now in season 3, focusing on the offense where you can actually share the gospel. And in those evangelism questions, and in those evangelism opportunities that you're able to have, you ask great questions, and that makes for opportunities where you can get at specific issues.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool thing to consider when you're evangelizing to somebody. When we look at Jesus and the way he evangelized to people, he asked them a lot of questions. He wanted them to be able to see their own sin or to arrive to the conclusion that he arrived to. But a really common thing that you see Jesus doing is actually asking them questions. And you see that multiple times throughout the Gospels.
Yeah, exactly. Like for an example, Luke 10, when the lawyer talks to Jesus and asks him, how can I inherit eternal life? And then instead of Jesus just saying, this is how you inherit eternal life, he asked him a question. He asked him his understanding or what he thinks. So Jesus' first response to the lawyer is by asking a question rather than giving a direct response. Now, obviously, Jesus had the advantage of being the Son of God and the one who knew the man's heart, but in a similar way can kind of adopt that by we can ask questions, and we can in these intimate conversations we can then figure out what the specific issues are. We aren't able to read men's hearts or anything like that, but by asking questions we can get at life's big questions, their specific issues, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so if anybody is evangelizing, it's super important for somebody to engage with the person that you're talking to, the one who is being evangelized. You have to ask them questions. That's how you're going to communicate. You can't just give them a spiel or a formulaic way of going through the gospel, but you really do need to go to ask them these questions to make sure that you are hitting the heart issues.
Yeah, I mean, we've done a video before on open air evangelism and how we are for that. We are all in on that, and we love it. We do it ourselves. But at the same time, although a lot of people look at that as just an example of boldness, which it is, those specific questions, those specific conversations you can have with people, those intimate conversations where you're actually conversing and not just, as Josh was saying, just blasting them with the gospel and just sharing with them widespread like that. But you can ask them back and forth like, oh, do you have any questions about that? Do you understand this? Things like that. I think those are actually the more important opportunities. So we really see that as something valuable, and we want to help you be built up in that as well.
Yeah, so the reason why we're asking all these questions is because everybody's unique. Not everybody has a canned response or a canned gospel presentation. People live unique lives. They go through unique trials. They have their unique sins. Every person is made in the image of God, but yet not everybody's the same. So you have to ask these questions. You have to dig into their life, be a part of it, and really see where they need Christ. And then you slip in there, after you're asking your questions, you slip in there with the gospel to show them that Christ is their only hope.
Yeah, exactly. So join us for the rest of season 3. Look forward to every episode where we will be talking specifically about a different question you can use to add to your toolkit almost of an arsenal of questions to be armed with when you go out and share the gospel. So with that, we are the offensive line. My name's Hanson.
I'm Josh.
And great evangelists ask great questions. And we'll see you next time.